Wow, it's been a while since I've done this live streaming. Well, hopefully we're able to make it work. But let's chat about, well, first of all, my name is Mike Kubera. It is 2:43 in the morning. Let's chat about Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, blockchain, ICOs. Are they all in a bubble? What is going to happen in 2000? Okay, I hear myself. Professional. Hi, Hunger Games. Hi, Nick. No, actually, Nick, you're not first because Hunger Games beat you. Sorry, Lee. What a thingy. Cool video about Bitcoin. Yeah, actually, I don't like discussing about Bitcoin as much as I used to, and that's because I'm bearish on Bitcoin. However, exciting stuff is to come. Whatever happens this month, next month, Q1 of 2018, the people I had dinner with today were very bullish about it. Actually, you might be familiar with their channels. Cryptoverse, Chris from Cryptoverse came out from the UK, and this was because IndaHash is going on, and tomorrow we're live streaming with IndaHash. So Chris from Cryptoverse came over. Also, Ian Bellina, sorry. Ian from Hacking the System and his partner. And there was some other crypto YouTubers from last week, but they're very bullish, especially Ian. He's very, very bullish. By the way, everyone's awesome. They're really nice to talk to. It's interesting meeting up with people because you get different energy. And it's always an interesting experience. It's a cool experience just to chat with people in real life, you know, because what is happening through the camera, sometimes that's just an actor, that's just a character that you play. Of course, not everything will be the same. It's also good to, you know, just chat, see how people react and all that. And live, like live streams are cool, but then you have bad quality, bad connections, all this. Anyways, so they're quite bullish about what's happening. And there's a lot of cryptocurrency YouTubers out there that are very, 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 very bullish. Some people are saying Bitcoin's going to hit 100,000. They're hoping, you know, they're betting everything on the line. And that's just silly. If you're betting your college fund, if you're betting, I don't know, money that you just can't afford to lose, that's stupid. That's what it is. But no volume. No, wait, because I heard myself before. No, it's been a while. It's been a while since we've done a live stream, and you nearly got me. Well, you kind of did get me. You kind of did get me because I was looking for the volume, but I can hear myself because the little Google thing. Okay, okay. No, I noticed that there's a, from my end, you can't see this, but there's a mic thing. Anyways, so we're not going to get too distracted. Mike, do you even sleep? Who needs sleep? Money never sleeps, bud. Okay, so I was just chatting with another buddy of mine as well because he's bearish about Bitcoin. He's bearish about cryptocurrencies. And I'm surrounded by people who are very bullish. I'm surrounded just constantly. So it's interesting to be put in the middle where there's people who believe it's going to be 100,000 or even realistically speaking, $10,000. That's what I think. 10,000, cool. It could hit that. Fantastic. But a lot of people are saying it's going to hit certain targets way too quickly, which I was surprised. I was shocked with where Bitcoin is at right now and where it went up to $7,500 and all that. But one thing you can always look back at is the past, both of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, but also just in general, the internet.com bubble, 2001 and 1994 when it all started. I was chatting with a buddy where we're bearish about what's going on over the next couple months. Maybe not so much this month and next month, but more I'm focusing on Q1 of 2018. If it all goes fantastic, Q1 of 2018, that's great. That's great because we're all going to make some more money. But if it goes bad, well, you know, that sucks for the people who invested like 90% of their entire life savings into Bitcoin and it was at the top and they just didn't plan accordingly. So that's all I'm trying to say. But with Bitcoin, with cryptocurrencies, this is either the point right now, this is either the point where it's like the beginning of the dot-com bubble, because it is a bubble. From my perspective, ICOs are in a bubble. Bitcoin is a bubble. Cryptocurrencies are just in a giant big bubble. And we don't know whether it's going to pop, and then like from the past with Bitcoin, with other bubbles, it's going to go back up again. And well, it depends, because there is a very large chance that this is 1994 all over again, and that this is only the beginning, because with the 2001 bubble, stream is, listen, if the stream's frozen for some of you guys, that's because the internet could be bad from your end. The internet's decent from my end, so, but yeah, I just refresh it. I from my end, I did everything I could to make this stream as possible, but we're gonna do another stream tomorrow from IndaHash's, well, technically today, IndaHash's office, and wow, in less than 12 hours, pretty much. So most likely what we're gonna do, the live stream, I'm gonna say, is 4 p.m. for me. I don't know. You're probably gonna see me on a Crypto Versus channel before that or whatever. But USI Tech, that was interesting. A bit petite. I think laser is gonna fall. Forget about Bitcoin. Forget about cryptocurrencies. Laser and BitConnect, all the people who believe in that are just how much they want serious hardcore proof. Like they're just waiting for like a CEO or executive manager or whatever of one of these, executive manager, like they even have positions, but they're just waiting for one of these scams to go fully outright and just do something completely stupid before they have. But even then, even when they would have actual proof, there's still always believers, and there's people who are like, oh, you're just a naysayers, you're very negative. It's good to be paranoid sometimes. It's good to be skeptical, because I'd rather be safe and skeptical than think everything's going to go up forever and lose my money in the end. So anyways, I hope that right now is 1994. I think it is very possible that it is, because the 2001 .com bubble was trillions of dollars. We're talking about trillions, where right now Bitcoin is $100 billion. Or actually, let me check it out so I'm not just pulling numbers out of thin air. Cryptocurrencies, supposedly from CoinMarketCap. Wow, they actually went over 200 billion. They're 200 billion 962 500. It's approaching $201 billion, and the market cap of Bitcoin's approaching 122. That's crazy. Anyways, so still, even with that, that's 201 billion compared to trillions of dollars. You still have an entire countries, that know about Bitcoin or interested in Bitcoin, but still haven't really done much movement. For example, Poland, there's a lot of people that know about Bitcoin and Ethereum, but there's barely any companies here. There's barely anything. Just to buy Bitcoin here is sometimes difficult. Like if you don't live in Warsaw, the capital of Poland, that sucks. You're not going to get Bitcoin. So, I mean, you can, of course, everything's online nowadays, but we're just talking about markets where it's not like Poland's a third world country. There's plenty of other European nations with a fair amount of people that over the next couple of years could get involved in it. Even with South America and especially Asia, there's a lot more markets coming out. So I really do hope it is 1994, because if so, everything will be expanding quite heavily. If it is a giant bubble, and regardless of whether it'll pop next month, in a year, in 10 years, the blockchain technology is the idea behind Bitcoin and all of it, decentralization. That's good. I think that's here to stay. But Bitcoin itself, even though there's the poster child, it could fall. Where, you have to prepare for the worst, hope for the best. I think that's the best strategy you can do. Put 50-50 so you don't have all your eggs in the same basket, or 25, 25, 25, 25, somewhere there. I don't know. Put some money in gold, put some money in fiat, put some money in Bitcoin, or whatever works with you. Guys, how can I buy Bitcoins? You can buy Bitcoins by going to a Bitcoin ATM machine, which I know that's probably like the coolest option, but unfortunately the most limiting option, because there's so few of those. But you can go to Coinbase, you can go to Paxful. So either an exchange that'll sell you straight, or you go onto an exchange to look for somebody who has Bitcoin who will sell them to you. But most likely it'll be overpriced. One coin founder was arrested. I have not heard anything about that, but I'd like to check it out. One coin founder arrested, which, by the way, thanks for reminding me. I should look up which company. Gosh, which company was it that had the lawsuit? We started with a T. T lawsuit ICO. I forgot what it was about. Anyways, Tezos. There we go. Tezos ICO class action lawsuit. Okay, I need to look a little bit further into that. Tezos behemoth. Anyways, so that's kind of old news. Yesterday, actually, still technically today for some of you guys in the same time zone, there was the whole thing with Ethereum where supposedly a couple $100 million of Ethereum is frozen. So one of the reasons Ethereum has fallen down, where is it right now? Ethereum's at $295. It's fallen down 2%. It's not a big dig, but where I just realized that probably sounded wrong, but I went for the word dig. I don't know why. It's not a big dig. Big dip. Silly. Anyways, so supposedly a couple $100 million is frozen of Ethereum because of a newbie mistake where that could affect some things. One ICO was definitely affected where out of their $120 million or whatever that they raised in Ethereum, 60 or 70 or some giant amount of that, some percentage is frozen, where most likely they have no access to it ever again unless Ethereum has another hard fork, which okay, that's getting really messy at that point. So the ICO that was affected the most was run by the co-founder of it started with a P. This is what happens when you do late night streams, but I wanted to just stream and throw out stuff because just wanted to chat. It's been a while. It's good to have this thing. I'm in Europe, so most of these services aren't available. Well, you're always able to network with people from Bitcoin Talk or from other social medias, or just go on to Paxful and local Bitcoins. Google it. Google's your best friend in certain cases. Would you put money into USI Tech or not? No, because USI has been running for too long. The reason I took my money out of, well, the reason I lost $500 to Laser Online when they banned me because I decided to make the video too early. If I waited 2 more hours, I could have had 120 bucks, but whatever. Small money in the grand scheme of things. Wow. Remember that live stream we did in the airport about to leave to Poland? I do. That was my first live stream out in public, which, by the way, for this channel, there's some interesting things going on because I'm flying out to Canada. I'm flying out to Canada on the 14th. It is the 8th. Wow. I'm flying out to Canada in less than a week. And then I'm flying down to Mexico for cryptocurrency related stuff in 3 weeks. I'm flying around. We'll see how things go. And then if I come back, we're getting office space and expanding up Cubera. We're hiring somebody. So might as well, because we need to increase the quality a little bit. No way, Toronto. I'm flying into around Toronto, but I can't exactly reveal yet where. I most likely will also visit British Columbia, so we'll see. Anyways, Laser has such a cool theme song now, bro. Makes me want to fly jets. Yeah, so I think Laser, if I had to choose, it would probably fall down around 100 million, but if the guys are really greedy, they could take it to 200 million or 300, or they could be another BitConnect, which I really doubt that. But the one thing with Laser is that they spent millions of dollars to be on CoinMarketCap, where to be at a minimum, I think the full day of CoinMarketCap advertising would cost you $30,000 or something like that. And Laser did say they wanted to increase their CoinMarketCap spending to like $100,000 a week or whatever, something like that. That was a while back. Yeah, so they went through probably millions of dollars to be on CoinMarketCap because I saw them multiple multiple days in a row, and that was insane. And then, of course, I saw them on other websites where they were advertising, but that's not good, because when Laser falls, when BitConnect falls, when all these other giant HYPs fall, that's not going to reflect well on ICOs or Bitcoin or cryptocurrency, where the more abuse that happens, the more the media takes that up, and they're just going to soak all that knowledge into people who are fresh. They don't really know anything about cryptocurrencies, and that's going to scare away the average person from crypto, which in the grand scheme of things, it's not that bad, because there's always going to be more and more people who are happy and excited about cryptocurrencies, but it's definitely not good for the short term, where even ICOs are kind of in a bubble that's beginning to pump pop a little bit. As you can see, like, ICOs used to have targets of 100 million or 200 million or, you know, whatever, and they were going for $50 million, and hi, eat them. And now the ICOs are lucky to get 1/10 of that, or 1/5 rather. They're going for 20 million. They're happy to get 5 million, 10 million, whatever. So there's multiple things that are affecting it. First of all, the Ethereum price, where on top of what recently happened over the past 24 hours, that, you know, stuff. So on top of that, over the past couple of months, you've had ICOs dump hundreds of millions of dollars worth of Ethereum. So of course that's stopping the Ethereum price of, you know, going up, because it's forcibly dumped. So what would you do if you're an ICO? Keep all your money in Ethereum? No, it's not even the smart thing to do. You want to convert it into Bitcoin or fiat or whatever, because think about it. If you're an ICO, as one ICO CEO told me, actually the CEO of Spectre told me, he's a nice man. He's a nice guy to interview. And we were just chatting outside that if you run an ICO, you have to look at it from the business perspective. Sure, there is a chance that if Ethereum goes up, let's say you have $10 million and Ethereum goes up, and suddenly your 10 million turns into 12 million or $13 million. Cool. You just gained I wanted to say gained or earned, but you just earned. Wow, my words are being like thrown. My words are just getting slaughtered. Anyways, so you just earned like an extra $2 million just for holding your capital that you got from your investors, right? But there is a risk that it could go the other way, where your 10 million suddenly turns into $8 million, and maybe your budget was for $9 million, where you had the extra million to kind of goof around with. Well, now you're $1 million in the drain, where you have to relieve some staff, you have to cut some corners, you have to do everything quicker, whatever. Cutting corners is not good when you're dealing with millions of dollars. And due to that risk, it doesn't even matter if there's a chance that Ethereum goes up and you can make an extra $2 million. If they're, you know, on the other side, the consequences are so bad if you lose a little bit, you know. So Acapulco. Oh, I'm not going to Dollar Vigilante Mexico. That's not what's happening. Like I'm not, actually. There's no sarcasm in that. That'd be cool, but that's completely different place that I'm going to. So, and I don't know, I might be going to another place where it's all growing so fast that it's crazy. But you ever stream on Twitch TV? No, because I'd get banned from there. I really would. So I know Toronto and BC are far. I'm flying into Ontario, and then most likely I'll take another flight to British Columbia. So it's been years since I've done that, but it's been years since I've been in Canada. I've never been to Canada as a teenager. I think I've been there as a kid. Wow, time flies. Anyways, so you have a bunch of ICO abuse, right? And that's kind of scaring people away, because let's say you're somebody who had $3,000 to invest in. You're a plumber, you know, Uber driver, whatever. You know, you're in 50K a year or less, and you saved up some money. Cool. You're ready to invest, but you don't really know much about Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies, but you're listening to a couple YouTubers, whatever. You don't have time to read the white papers. you're naive, but you have that $3,000. You find 3 ICOs. Hey, at least you split up your $3,000. But unfortunately, let's give this person a name. Let's say your name is Joe. Joe, you work for Uber. You make 40K a year. You saved up 3K. You invested into 3 ICOs in September. And then, oops, suddenly you lost 20%. What's 20% of 3K? You lost $600. Wow, great. So you lost $600, and then you see Bitcoin going up. One thing. No, well, okay, so that's the second thing, because you lost $600 just like that, because unfortunately, Joe over here invested in ICOs that were giving 50, 60, 80, 100% bonuses. So as soon as a whale sees 100% ICO bonus, they're like, oh, okay, free money. And then they dump. Joe gets dumped on because he didn't buy in the pre-ICO or the pre-sale. So Joe gets dumped on because he bought in the normal ICO period for all 3. And he didn't even know there was such a thing. So converting to fiat is a ball ache, but you're probably right. Taxes, though, don't go back to fiat. Actually, I will go back to fiat because fiat has been around for thousands of years, and I'm not taking the risk. I'm not taking that much risk. Like, I think you're stupid if you have 100% of your money in Bitcoin or Ethereum or cryptocurrencies. And I know that's an extreme view coming from a cryptocurrency YouTuber, but if you're 100% on anything that is high risk, which you cannot tell me Bitcoin isn't high risk, where it grew, it grew over the past couple of years, like thousands and thousands. It's high risk, okay? Where literally over the past, I don't know, 24 hours, it's fluctuated a couple $100s. So you could wake up tomorrow with a couple $100 more in your pocket or a couple $100 less. While fiat, 1 to 3, or technically 1 to 3% inflation. I think it's 4% inflation, but whatever. Yeah, so there is inflation, but it's not like you're going to lose 50%, or okay, maybe not 50%, but let's say 10% over the next week, where it could happen with Bitcoin. It could. So I believe in Bitcoin. I believe in cryptocurrencies enough to the point where I do have some cash in it, and it's like I'm perfectly fine with holding a little bit of crypto, but you want to take the least risky approach, which is, let's say there's a gold rush, right? My buddy George, we was saying this, which, by the way, I'd like to promote George's channel because he's becoming a YouTuber now. Woo! But not yet. Not yet. I want him to make more videos before I do. He's not a crypto YouTuber. Maybe. We'll see. Anyways, it's always good to get more like-minded people. So no, I'm not a former trader. What is my net worth? It's 5 figures. I actually don't count anymore, which is unfortunate because all the people I chat with recently have over $1 million in the bank accounts. But that's good because I'm 19 years old. So hopefully by the time I'm their age, okay, maybe not all the people. All the business people definitely have 6 figures or more. But over the past week, I've had conversations with about 7 people that have definitely over $1 million in their bank account. And conversating with them, oh my goodness, it's 3:06 in the morning here. 3:06 in the morning. Anyways, having conversations with such people is just, it puts you on a different level because, like, I'm happy with what I'm earning, but you want more. You want more. You want more. It's just like, but it's not. You want more, but you also don't care on a certain aspect, because then you get paranoid. You get very skeptical. You're like, what if I lose all my money? How can I lose all my money? How can I earn more money without losing money, without risking my reputation, without doing? You start going into this weird web where it's like, it's good to be paranoid in business. Anyways, you're killing it at 19. I'm doing okay. The reason I say that is because I should have been, I can do it always better. So the moment you make $300, you feel like you still have nothing. That's interesting. See, it's not about the money. I'm more about exponential growth. I just want more growth, which with stuff like marketing, fantastic. That you can see. I believe even though YouTube has its problems, it's still here to stay. It's interesting if Bitcoin is like 1994, as my buddy was saying, with gold during a gold rush, you don't want to be the guy, digging for gold. You want to be the person selling the shovels. So I'd say to you guys, the best thing to do, as I have, is get into the business, earn Bitcoin, earn cryptocurrency. Don't invest in it. Only invest in it with funds that you've already kind of you don't really know what to do with them. They're just sitting around. They're like, well, $1,000 or 10,000 or however much you have. That's just like, I have no idea. You run out of options. You're clueless of what to do with it, right? So actually, here's an interesting thing. Probably when I get my $4,000 back from another YouTuber from his, because I gave $3,000 to a YouTuber with 450,000 subscribers, and he's got another channel with 100,000. So he promised me back 33%, which I should be getting back any day soon. Anyways, once I get that $4,000, I'm investing that into PPC ads, which for the first time ever, Kubera is going to have PPC campaigns, pay-per-click campaigns on YouTube. I'm gonna turn into like Alex Becker or whatever. I'm gonna have little ads playing because always invest into your own business. Anyways, so I don't know. I still am bearish about Bitcoin, where in the grand scheme of things, we're not able to place it where it is. Well, at least me personally, I have no idea where nobody knows where it's gonna go. But I'm just spooked whenever it seems like already a lot of people are talking about it, where what a lot of smart people lost money in 2001. So it doesn't matter if you're smart. It doesn't matter if you're a millionaire and you have already a lot of money. There's a lot of people out of like the 7 millionaires or whatever that I talked to recently. I think 6 of them made money within the past couple months. Within the past couple months, they made millions of dollars, and they weren't millionaires before. So, and it's all due to crypto, of course. So that makes you think, because even though these guys are smart and they have millions of dollars, they are a little bit blinded for what could happen next, because they made millions of dollars off of Bitcoin, Ethereum, ICOs, working in the business. So it is interesting to see, and they also kind of don't care. They're at a point where even if they did lose 90% of their net worth, even if they did, they don't care. They're still living at better standards than most people on Earth. And if you have 100,000 or 200,000 or whatever, if you look at its growth on a logarithmic chart, it technically has a long way to go. Yeah. So that's one thing that's kind of interesting. That supports the whole claim that it is in a bubble, but the bubble's not going to burst for the next couple of years, or maybe not the next year, because of that, and also due to the fact that it's not even hit the $1 trillion range yet in terms of market cap, where 2001 was the trillions. Invest in Litecoin now, says Anonymous 420. Wow, totally. You know what? I'm going to drop everything, do that exactly. I'm turning 20 years old, Manuel, in January 22nd. Happy birthday. Oh, another couple people are very excited about Litecoin here. Wow. Hey, guys, let's pump Bitcoin. Whoa. It's not that interesting. You don't put much effort, play money. I've been there, and it's just destructive for those who aren't. It's not that interesting. You don't put much effort, play money. I've been there, and it's just destructive for those who aren't prepared. Well, it really will crush many people if it does crash, even if there's a giant correction. But as long as it keeps going up, or it stabilizes around here, that's going to be interesting. I still think for the next month, it's interesting. Over the next couple of weeks, it's going to be... I don't have the same faith as all these other guys do. I don't. I don't, because even if it goes up for the next year, in the end, it's like I'm not really missing out on anything. Let's say I have $1,000, right? Let's say I have $1,000. Now, these guys who invest $1,000 and turn it into 1 million, fantastic. But odds are you're not going to do that. Odds are you're going to turn that, if you're going to make money from crypto and you are investing and you happen to be lucky, you turn 1,000 into 10,000. Okay, that's believable. That's sort of realistic. Well, you can either turn 1,000 into 10,000 and see that 10,000 later go up to like 15,000, but you don't sell it. And suddenly from 15,000, let's say there is a correction, it goes down and you go from 15 to 5K suddenly, where it's like, whoa. Or you can invest $1,000 and get $1,000 back into something, let's say that's low risk, because you have high risk, which is like cryptocurrencies at the moment. Hopefully one day they're not high risk anymore, but they will still be for the next couple of years. You have high risk and then low risk investment. Low risk is just stuff that's been around for, it's skills. It's skills pretty much, stuff that is your primary business. Unless your primary business is high risk, which is bad at that point. Then maybe you should start looking into other businesses. But let's say you own a business. Using my perspective, my business is YouTube. So my policy should be I should be investing as much money back into what's bringing me money, even though it's not as much money as Bitcoin, as much money as cryptocurrencies. It's still technically my YouTube channel is bringing me the most amount of money now because of the ICO sponsorships and stuff. But honestly, I think a good route to go for me is maybe, because I was chatting with Chris. I think Chris said that he only does one ICO sponsorship a month. And he does his research like hardcore. Like he looks at it 3 days beforehand and goes through every little bit. I think that's a good policy. One sponsorship, maybe 2 sponsorships a month, and then the rest you cut it out. You only pick the best of each, the cream of the crop. And other than that, it's like, sure, the prices would go up a little bit, but it's different, It's different than just pumping out. But always, whether you have, of course, you're going to have multiple options. You're looking at low risk, high risk. First, go into low risk so you make money while you sleep. Let's say I get to a point where YouTube itself, from AdSense and from the sponsorships, is bringing in so much money that then I have extra capital to invest into, maybe not Bitcoin. I'm not going to invest into Bitcoin. I'm going to invest into these smaller next Bitcoins or whatever. It's just so hard to time it to see whether it's a bubble fully. Guys, Kabir knows what he's doing. He known the potential of crypto. Crypto is here to stay. Remember that. No, crypto is here to stay. It's just, for example, the internet. So there was the internet bubble, right? But the internet is here. We're talking on the internet today. It's not like the internet went away. It's not like a bunch of companies went away. Like they did, but for example, GoDaddy nearly failed. GoDaddy, which you guys probably are aware, domains and all that. The founder sold his company for $2 billion or something like that. Crazy. Anyways, so the founder had something before GoDaddy, forgot what it was, but he made a couple $1 million from that. It's 70 million or something like that. And he sold whatever his first company was. And he used most of those funds into GoDaddy, where he invested like $50 million. And he saw like it sliced in half. This was like after 2001, right? So he nearly lost a bunch of money. He nearly lost it all. And he was really confused what to do. But he was able to get back out of it, get back out of the dip. And GoDaddy survived 2001. So there was companies that came out of 2001. There's the internet. So blockchain and crypto, if it is a bubble, it doesn't matter. It's like here to stay. But some of the companies, the ICOs, the cryptocurrencies, if there is a giant bubble that's just pops, 90% of them will be gone. The 10% that survive, cool. It's probably what our kids are going to be learning about or using, or the world's going to be different in 10, 20 years. But Bulgaria does have females, says Crypto Chronicles. Dope. I made 120 off a $850 investment in Litecoin this week. Cool. If you invested $850 into Ethereum yesterday, you could have lost some money. So that's cool too, right? Bitcoin will be king for at least 2 more years. Well, why do you feel that way? Buy a house in Bulgaria for $7,000 and wait out the storm. I'd see, the thing is, you also have to play it smart. Where Bulgaria, I don't really know what's going on over there. I'm already in a country that's cheap. I don't really care. But Cabrera, do you think Bitcoin is the next Mount Gox? I want to hear your opinion. Of course. I was actually chatting with the guys today, like Cryptsy and Mount Gox. You know, the Mount Gox Bitcoin stuff, that was what, 150 or 300 million or whatever it was. Hundreds of millions of dollars worth of Bitcoin. So now that's billions of dollars worth of Bitcoin. Great, yeah. And then Cryptsy, hundreds of millions of dollars worth now. Back then it was $30 million worth of Bitcoin, but boom, gone. Just like that. Cryptsy CEO stole the money. So even an exchange, not even an investment program, just an exchange, whatever. Mount Gox, another. There's multiple other examples. So it's possible. BitConnect is sketchy. I don't like the third world office countries. I don't like the weird multi-level marketing approach that they took. Nothing against multi-level marketing, although in most cases, and especially in this case, I think it leads to the fact that it's a nice little pyramid scheme. But I'm in Poland. I'm happily holding Bitcoin since 1.5 thousand. Fantastic. Nah, Jeff Sessions himself isn't going to regulate Bitcoin. Although that's another thing. That's another thing. If there's Bitcoin regulation, most likely that's not a good thing. I say most likely because Bitcoin regulation, if there would be, maybe that would prove a point and a lot of people would suddenly get more interested in Bitcoin, which any publicity is good publicity, and maybe this publicity would help it. But where are you at, Cabrera? Yeah, Poland. Let's see. Do you think most of them FOMO has set in? The average person is in debt from college and wants out. Yeah, that's another reason I'll put. By the way, say hi to my underwear. I know you guys like the super professional look. So that's one of those reasons why I'm a little bit worried. First of all, there's millionaires who are I hate saying it, but they said 2018 is the year of the Lambos. The year of the Lambos. Yikes. That doesn't sound like a bubble to me. Then there's so that's the first thing. There's people who don't believe at all that it'll fall. And they made a bunch of money from it, so they're blinded. Not saying that's a bad thing. I think they're very, very smart people. But when multiple people said that, and it's like they're all kind of together, it's the same minds repeating, regurgitating the same thing. Anyways, so you move from one end of the spectrum to the other, where it's suddenly like the person who's in debt, they have no money. No money whatsoever, right? No money. So now these guys are the ones who are interested in Bitcoin? What? And then they want to invest in Bitcoin, but they have no idea what they're doing. So these guys who have no money or are working at like Starbucks or McDonald's or Uber drivers, nothing bad against that. Hey, you got to earn your money somehow, right? But most of these guys have no idea what they're doing. They want to invest. It's starting to get to the point where it is a little mainstream. Of course, there's still a lot of stigma, but there is a lot of FOMO. There's a lot of FOMO. It definitely could be 10 times larger. The fear of missing out could be 10 times larger, which is giving me hope, but you can't say there's no FOMO. Hugo Boss suit looking fresh. That one, unfortunately, is too small for me. So I still need to wait till my, I'm really excited. I got a tailored suit for the first time. I have a problem that my arms are too long. So my shirts, I need to get tailored shirts. I know that sounds like a first world problem, but it's either my shirts and my suits are too short, or my collar is, I'm choking. So I'd rather not choke, but really excited. I'll finally have a custom tailored suit so I can look like a boss. Mining is tough. Hash rates are hard to crack without running your power. Mining's not a good business unless you're selling the mining gear. A meetup in Poland or what? Well, that's an interesting thing. Hacking the System said he does meetups where usually multiple people, it doesn't even have to be large, you know, you get 5 people to chat with, yeah. So he does meetups. And that was kind of curious to me. So I don't know. Think about it. Crypto Nick needs to start a local biz while he's ahead. Yeah, I don't know about Crypto Nick's 100,000. Like, he's made a lot of money, but hopefully, I'm hoping for him and for other people, you know, that doesn't really happen. But anyways, I'm gonna do a live stream on Avi. That's what my channel's called, Avi, my other one. So we're going to continue this talk about Bitcoin actually on there. If you're interested, we're approaching 40,000 subscribers on there, which is crazy because I'm flying to Canada to do a collaboration with a YouTuber that has 800,000 subscribers. So Avi will probably reach 100,000 subscribers within the next couple of weeks, if everything goes well, which hopefully it does. Anyways, I should invest more into PPC campaigns. By the way, check. Wow. Check that out. And boom, I unplugged the mic and everything. Look at this. Look at this. I got it. I got a nice little tripod. I'm happy about this. Ooh, I realized that I didn't have the nice little filter on. Always gotta, safeties first. Safeties first. Anyways, now we'll see you on Avi. So see you there. We'll continue this chat. Then I should probably go to sleep because it's 3:25. Bye.